So the final game, Mets Phillies, final game. Mets winning 4-1 in the final game. Phillies opened up with a 1-0 lead. Their only run was scored. It was they didn't even have an RBI. I believe it was a sacrifice fly, something like that. Ranger Suarez got the start. He was good. 4.1 innings, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 5 hits, 4 walks. So there was some traffic. By the way, the Mets left the bases loaded in both the first and second inning. Finally, in the 6th inning, the Mets broke out. And how did they do it? One man, Francisco Lindor, the best player on this team, Mr. Smiles, the most fun player on this team, the guy who is going to finish runner-up MVP to Shohei Ohtani. Lindor cracked a grand slam, so the Mets loaded the bases for the 3rd time in that game. First time they didn't score any. Second time they didn't score any. 3rd time Lindor hits a crushing grand slam, and you could see it in Bryce Harper's eyes. He knew it was over. When Lindor hit that grand slam, they panned the camera to Bryce Harper, and they knew, you could tell, he knew they weren't going to win that game. Because the Mets had the momentum. The Mets had the better bullpen. Phillies bullpen allowed a ton of runs in these 4 games. Game 1, the Phillies bullpen allowed 6 runs. The starters allowed none of them. In Game 2, the Phillies bullpen, let's see. They allowed 4 runs. Starters allowed 2, so now it's 10-2. In Game 3, the Phillies, Nola allowed 4. The bullpen allowed 3, so now it's 13-6. And then in Game 4, the Phillies bullpen allowed all 4 of them. So the Phillies bullpen allowed 17 runs this series. Mets, their rotation allowed only 6. But the Mets had a better bullpen, the Mets had more energy, and that's how they moved on to take on the Dodgers.